Tucked within a serene suburban setting, this modern minimalist home radiates an atmosphere of quiet luxury. Its presence is defined not by extravagance, but by the subtle power of restraint, clean lines, natural materials, and an earthy palette that feels both grounded and inviting. This tour explores how architecture and emotion intertwine to create a sanctuary where warmth and minimalism coexist seamlessly. At Modo Haus, we celebrate spaces like this, where design speaks softly, yet profoundly, to the human spirit. The first impression of the house is one of balanced geometry and calm proportion. Smooth concrete walls meet horizontal wooden slats, their tones softly harmonizing with the surrounding landscape. The facade avoids sharp contrast, instead embracing muted natural hues that age gracefully with time. Every material, from the timber cladding to the stone base, contributes to an understated visual harmony that draws you inward. Instead of relying on color for visual interest, the design focuses on texture and shadow. Sunlight grazes the rough surfaces of the wooden panels, creating patterns that shift throughout the day. This dialogue between light and material texture brings the facade to life, reminding us that true beauty in architecture often lies in the quiet interaction of elements, not in grand gestures. Crossing the entry threshold feels like a meditative experience. The flooring continues seamlessly from exterior stone to interior tile, blurring the boundary between outside and inside. This continuity anchors the design philosophy of connection between architecture and nature, between comfort and simplicity. The entryway itself is minimal yet tactile, setting the tone for what lies beyond. Upon entering the living area, one is greeted by natural light pouring through wide, floor-to-ceiling openings. The furniture arrangement is open and airy, with generous spacing that allows the room to breathe. Wooden accents, woven textures, and linen fabrics soften the modern lines, creating a space that feels both sophisticated and deeply livable. The interiors embrace earthy tones, warm beiges, clay browns, and muted taupes, each contributing to a calm, nurturing atmosphere. These hues reflect the soil and landscape outside, establishing a visual continuity that evokes grounding and emotional balance. It's a space that feels timeless, avoiding the coldness often associated with minimalism. Large windows serve not just as sources of light, but as frames for the natural surroundings. Each view is curated as though it were a living artwork. Trees, sky, and garden textures all become part of the home's visual composition. The architecture does not isolate the inhabitants from nature, it invites nature to participate in daily life. The open layout flows intuitively from one area to another, living, dining, and kitchen, without abrupt transitions. Yet, subtle zoning through changes in ceiling height and lighting creates a sense of definition. This allows the home to maintain openness while preserving a rhythm of private and communal moments. The dining space is simple yet elegant, anchored by a solid wooden table with soft matte finishes. Overhead, a sculptural pendant light in neutral tones becomes a focal point, adding warmth to evening gatherings. Surrounding materials echo the theme of natural tactility, reinforcing the home's sensory coherence. The kitchen design avoids excess detail, relying on precision and proportion for beauty. Cabinets in warm matte taupe blend effortlessly with pale stone countertops. Hidden storage ensures visual calm, while the open shelving displays carefully curated ceramics in natural hues. Functionality and aesthetics are balanced with refined ease. Within the minimalist structure, intimate nooks are thoughtfully carved out, spaces for reading, reflection, or a morning cup of coffee. These personal sanctuaries remind us that warmth in architecture isn't always about color or texture, it's about how a space supports moments of human connection and mindfulness. Daylight shapes the interior mood throughout the day. Morning light filters gently through sheer drapes, while evening light casts long shadows across textured walls. The architecture is designed not to block, but to choreograph light, allowing the home to transform in tone and feeling as time passes. The master bedroom continues the language of muted tones and organic materials. A low platform bed, natural linen, and soft lighting create a restful environment free from clutter. Minimalism here is not about absence, but about the intentional presence of serenity. It's a space designed to restore, not to impress. The tactile experience of moving through the house is carefully considered. Wooden floors carry a soft, warm tone that feels inviting underfoot. The material palette transitions smoothly between stone, timber, and woven fibers, creating a sense of physical continuity that grounds the architecture in touch as much as in sight. The bathrooms embrace the same philosophy of warm restraint. Textured stone, neutral tiles, and natural light define spaces that feel serene and rejuvenating. The fixtures are sleek yet unobtrusive, allowing materials and proportions to speak for themselves, a minimalist spa experience embedded in daily life. The landscape design complements the house's architecture with the same understated grace. Native plants and gravel paths soften the structure's edges, blurring the line between built form and natural environment. This integration enhances the overall experience, architecture and landscape working as one cohesive organism. Terraces and patios extend the living areas outward, encouraging interaction with nature. Simple wooden furniture and soft lighting create spaces that are as welcoming at dusk as they are in morning light. These outdoor zones become extensions of the home's warmth, offering tranquility beneath open skies. Behind its quiet elegance lies a thoughtful layer of sustainability, passive cooling through natural ventilation, strategic window placement to reduce artificial lighting, and locally sourced materials that minimize environmental impact. The home doesn't shout its eco-consciousness, it lives it with quiet confidence. This home proves that architecture is not just about form, it's about feeling. Every decision, from material choice to spatial flow, is made to evoke calm, warmth, and a sense of belonging. The minimalism here does not distance itself from humanity, it embraces it, shaping an environment that feels profoundly livable. In the world of modern architecture, warmth and minimalism can seem like opposing forces, but this home demonstrates their elegant harmony. It's a reminder that true sophistication lies in balance, simplicity without sterility, luxury without excess. Through its earthy tones and human-centered design, this home becomes more than shelter, it becomes an experience of graceful comfort. For Modo Haus, it stands as a symbol of how thoughtful architecture can nurture both the eye and the soul.